So one of the most common upgrades people want to do to their Gen 1s is upgrade the lights. You know, they're approaching at least 10 years old or more, and people want to update them. You know, in my struggle to look for lights, I haven't really found anything that I like. Either I don't like the styling of what's out there, or it's ridiculously expensive. Even some of my favorite brands don't really make cool lighting options for this truck. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys a low-cost option that's not going to break the bank, that's worth doing to kind of update the look of the truck and keep you from trying to get a new truck. Because, you know, some of these old trucks are a little bit better than the new ones. They're more analog, they're more reliable. So I'm going to show you guys an option today from a company I've never heard of. So you guys are going to get my honest impressions on this product here as we install some new taillights on the Gen 1 Raptor. Make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video. I got a discount code for Keep It Dirty followers that'll give you guys up to 20% off on these lights. Thanks, bud. So these are the taillights we're gonna use. And right off the bat, I don't know the brand. So let me give you guys full disclosure first. These taillights were actually given to me by the company that makes them to try out some of the products. So they send it to me at no cost, but they don't have any impact on what I say in this video. My words are my own, and you guys are gonna hear my honest feedback. And already, it's one red flag. We know they're made in China, and there's no logos on the box. And I actually already opened them up, and there's no logos inside either, which is kind of concerning. So let's open these up for real and see what's going on. Okay. We have a customer service line. They say these things have a 1-year warranty, and then install instructions, which is just pictures of the lights, which is not good. But like I said, already I'm a little concerned because there's no logos. No logos whatsoever. Let's go ahead and open this up. So those are the lights. Let's go ahead and take one out. Here's the hardware. Look at that. They're all smoked out. And let's take both of them out of the box and take a look at them. Let's see. First impressions are they're the look that I wanted. I wanted to have a kind of a smoked lens look. And then they're supposed to be plug and play. So you guys can kind of see it. Nice smoked lens. They're supposed to be plug and play where they use the stock connectors. Notice how these connectors look like the bulbs that they're replacing, right? The actual connectors look like the actual bulbs that you're changing out in there. First impressions. But the reason why I want to give these a try is, one is there's a couple options. I got the smoked lens one, so it's all dark and it has the full LED setup. This one is also supposed to have a plank, supposed to have an LED plank. So we're going to take a look at that, see how that comes out. The other reason I like these is you can get them in a clear lens option. You can get them without the plank. So they offer quite a bit of options. The only drawback is they're not branded in any way. So these are generic, unfortunately, Chinese brands. Now, for those of you that are going to freak out, oh, it's a Chinese brand. Any tail light option you do, any light option you do is going to be a Chinese brand. So might as well get something affordable than get something expensive. Let's find out the brand. You know what? Let's talk about the brand because, yeah, I have to look this up. All right, so the actual name of the brand is OEDRO. It's OEDRO. And they don't just make these taillights, they do headlights as well. They do bumpers, they do mats and stuff like that. It really is a no-name brand, but the reason I wanted to give them a chance is the price. They're only $180. That's pretty cheap, pretty affordable. And if it's your first time purchase with them, you can get 10% off of that. So you can get them really, really cheap, probably closer to 150. So it's not a bad price to take a chance on them and kind of update the look a little bit because, you know, the stock lights on this thing are pretty cheap and they're pretty old and mine are pretty nasty. Let's give them a try. Like I said, we're gonna give this an honest review. There is some red flags already, the fact that there's no logo on this thing, but you guys know if it's gonna go on my truck, it's gonna get a proper test. So in this video, we'll get them installed. Hopefully by the time I drop this video, we've had a chance to use the truck off-road and we'll let you know if there's any problems. Hopefully there isn't. So let's get into it. First step, we gotta take the bolts on the light. Okay, then next the light should just pop off. There you go. No, pop back. It's gotta go straight back. Straight back like this? Yep. Now we gotta disconnect each one of those bulbs. So those are twist off. Okay. So looking at these side by side, they're very different, right? This has more of a flat look. Well, this guy is a bulge look. I really hate when they bulge these, but I think they have to in order to fit the plank. I also I like how the smoke lines kind of hides the LEDs on this. Even the stock light is pretty basic. I mean, it's just a plastic housing and that's it. And it looks like this just kind of matches the housing, except it goes into the stock connectors. So now what we need to do is we need to take all the bulbs off. Okay, just do it gently so you don't mess yourself up. I'm gonna have you hold it and I'm gonna start plugging things in. So this is the top one. So yeah, it just kind of plugs in there. That's the middle one. Okay, that's the bottom one. The cables get tucked in. It's right there. Like this, there we go. All right, that's it. All right, let's put the light pack into place. You gotta make sure all this is aligned.
All of it tucks in properly.
Yep. And then you gotta make sure it goes into that hole, right there. So let's see. Oh, there's one at the bottom too. There it goes. There it is. All right. So there's 3 clips that go in there, and it does make it a little tough. It was that bottom clip that was screwing us up.
You gonna test it first before we...
Yeah, I think we should. Ooh, right off the bat, we got the DRLs. DRLs look nice. Okay, hit the brake. They actually look really good. Look at that. Hit the turn signal. All right, turn it off. Can you put it in reverse? All right, put it back to normal. Okay, put it in park and turn it off. I like the way they look. They look good. They look really good. Let's go ahead and do the other side. No, don't go sideways like that. You gotta go straight out. All right, we're gonna have to get creative with the flathead. I didn't want to use a flathead, but we're gonna have to use a flathead. You stay up at the front while I use the flathead in the back. I'm like sitting here messing up my truck. There it is. And I scratched her up a bit. It doesn't align as well. This one at least didn't. See that? There's a little bit of a gap. Let me see. You can see some of the lines from the old one. Everything aligns correctly. They just align differently. All right, Christian, you got it on parking lights?
Yep.
Okay, all right, let's do left turn signal. Okay, right turn signal. Hit the brakes. Actually, really good light output. All right, and then back up. I like how the bottom switches. I really like how that looks. Parking lights. Okay, brake lights. Right turn signal. Turn it off. Reverse. Okay, put it back in the park. Brake lights off. Put the lights all the way on. Lights are on. All the way on. Oh, interesting. So those are just the lights. Hit brake lights. Wow, okay, brake lights off. So there's something funky that I want to show you guys. So I do have my lights all the way on. You go back here. These LEDs right here for your brake lights are not dual stage. So when you're not hitting the brake, the plank, the DRL plank, that's your only tail light that's on. Go ahead and hit the brakes. All right, so then they'll come on, but these are not dual stage. And I kind of expected those to be on, honestly. I kind of expected those to be on when the main lights are on. These are not 2 stages. The bottom is 2 stages because it goes white. Put it in reverse, but the front ones are not. It's kind of interesting. All right, guys, so there you go. Very simple install. The price point is there, right? I think with the 10% off, you can get them as cheap as 150 bucks. They work. They actually look pretty good. I hate the bulge. I never understand why the aftermarket always does this bulge. I mean, maybe they have to do it to differentiate themselves. I don't know. I hate the bulge. I wish they could get rid of it. But the lights do look good. The fit and finish on this side was really good. The other side was a little bit different, not as great. Install was easy. I think the only thing I don't like is that these lights right here are not 2 stages, right? I kind of expected if the lights are on, I wanted those to have some light, and they don't, right? You have to be hitting the brakes for those lights to be on. I do like the reversing though. The reversing being a dual stage light is really cool. And obviously, guys, they're a Chinese brand. Again, anything you buy, it's electronics gonna be Chinese anyways, so might as well save the money. They have a good warranty. They say they have a 1-year warranty. Now, I will say though that their website was a little bit funky. I actually had trouble with their website. It was a little unstable. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. So I wasn't getting a consistent result trying to find parts for it, but I'm happy with how they look. Next, we're gonna take these out on the trail and see how they do, and hopefully there's no issues with them. Seem to be pretty solid, but you never know, right? It's a very simple mechanism in there. Hopefully it lasts, and we're gonna give them a proper test. So make sure you guys tune in on Instagram to see any updates on these lights, to see how they're holding up. So far, I like them. They're cheap, works. Make sure you go to their website. I'm gonna put their website details below. All right, guys, we worked with the company to get 20% off to our followers. So if you use code KEEP20, you'll get 20% off these taillights here in the video. Discount code is good till the end of the year. So December 31st, 2024, get 20% off of these lights and get them under $150. It's a pretty good deal. If you guys have any questions or comments, and I know you guys are gonna have a lot of them, let me know what lights have you guys gone with. Because again, a lot of the good brands out there, even some of my favorite brands, the taillights are ugly. I'm not a fan of them. So I don't want to pay a ridiculous amount for something that's ugly. So this is a good compromise. It's cheap, and I hope it works, and I hope it lasts. Questions, comments below, and thank you guys for watching.